Parker.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. And like John said in my introduction, the Successful Club series was prepared by Toastmasters International in order to inform the members of good quality club meetings. I am presenting a talk today from the series in order to get credit for my Advanced Leader Bronze Award. So I will be giving another speech in the future from the Successful Club series in order to achieve that award. The club climate is a deciding factor in whether or not, one, a guest becomes a member, and two, whether or not a member becomes an active participant in the club. As you all know, I love Speak Up Toastmasters. I'm a huge, huge fan of it. When I was a first-time guest, it was then Speak Easy. And I remember coming in and being shy, not knowing anyone at all. And Lisa Brendan made me feel like I'm at home. She asked me who I am, what I do, why I'm there. And it really set the stage off right. The physical climate of the club is referring to the things in the room. So for example, the banner is right here and it's presented with our ribbons showing that we're a successful club. The fact that we have the lecterns so that people can put their notes on them. What I love the most about the physical climate in our club is the U shape. We can all see each other's faces. So we can communicate easily verbally and non-verbally, just by nodding, by smiling. The relational climate refers to the relations that people have, the relationships, how we talk to each other, how we communicate with each other. When a guest comes in and they see that the members are friendly, it makes a big difference. Basically, we all need to set an example when it comes to creating the club climate. What do I mean by setting an example? I mean, make a good impression always. Arrive prepared. Prepared means getting here at least 5 minutes early before the meeting, just so you can talk to the Toastmaster and say, hey John, I'm giving a speech today, I will need to set up. If you know you're giving a speech, go talk to the evaluator. Hey Ruth, I'm giving a speech. Here is the criteria that I would like you to evaluate me on today. Offer assistance. Today, Emily was our sergeant-at-arms, and she was setting up the room, and she put all of the yellow slips so that we can all pass notes to each other during the meeting. If you see she's doing it by herself, go ahead and help her out with that. Help her out putting the agendas on the tables too. Volunteer. We have club officers. Volunteer to be an officer next year, or volunteer to be in a committee of an officer. Every officer has a committee. I know I have Ken Taylor on my committee taking videos and photos. I have Dave Fernandez sending me photos once in a while. Emily Buss will write blog posts for me in the committee, so be a part of an officer's committee. In addition to that, volunteering also means sign up for roles on the website. Make it easy for the Toastmaster of the day so that he doesn't have to send an email at 11 p.m. on Friday saying, we need more people to sign up, guys. Make it easy. Sign up in advance, especially if you know that you're going to be there and you're going to have a good time. Be supporting. And being supporting has 3 components to it. It means listen attentively when someone is talking. Applause enthusiastically. If you don't feel like applauding, don't applaud, but do it enthusiastically if you are. And offer encouragement and congratulate someone when they have achieved a milestone in their progress. Set an example by being a good member, by welcoming the guests. First impressions count. You don't get a second chance at a first impression. No, I'm being cheesy, sorry. But greet the guests when they come in. If you see that someone's just wandering into the room, just looking around, not being sure, just go up there yourself and say, hi, how are you? Engage them in conversation. The easiest thing you can ask them is, how did you hear about us? The second easiest thing is, why are you here? What do you hope to get out of Toastmasters? Don't ask them about their credit score, but you can always just ask them, so what do you like to do? What are some things that you're interested in? 9 out of 10, the guests will have questions for you, so answer them. And I don't know if anyone was here last meeting when Emily was talking about impromptu speaking, but if you don't know the answer, don't lie. direct them to someone who does. You know, that's an interesting question. I bet the Vice President of Education will know how to answer it, John Paredes. Or maybe the Vice President of Membership, Daia, can show you how to become a member. At the end of the meeting, the presiding officer, usually Nicole is our president, will always ask the guests to stand up and just briefly explain what they thought about our meeting. Now, keep in mind that they have to say this in public, so they're probably not going to say the meeting was horrible, I hate it, and then, you know, storm out. But they're most likely say, I like the atmosphere, I thought it was interesting, the ad counter's job is really, I've never thought of that before. But after the meeting is over, approach them again and just ask them privately. So really, what did you think? Are you thinking about joining? Do you want to become a member? Here's the Your Path to Membership brochure. Talk to Daia, she can get you started all about that. Once someone does become a member, be consistent in your behavior and show them that you care. Become a mentor. Offer to help. To them, you are a Toastmasters expert. You know everything about the procedures, you know everything about how the club is going. Be a mentor and show interest in others. Be considerate. In my opinion, being considerate is the most important point in this slide. We're all human. We're not perfect. I'm not perfect. None of us here are perfect. Try to always imagine what it's like to be on the receiving end of the conversation with you. What does it feel like when you're saying someone to them? And it has to do with evaluating effectively too. When you give feedback, try to imagine what they're trying to get out of it. So there's a whole speech prepared by Toastmasters International called Evaluate to Motivate. And I wish someone would do it here soon so that we can all keep in check and see how evaluations are doing. But basically, highlight the positives. And then touch up on a few points that are appropriate to the speaker's needs. For example, if someone just gave their icebreaker, you don't want to break them down and say, well, your vocal variety was horrible, and you know, you didn't move with a purpose, you were terrible, blah, blah, blah. That's not going to get them to come here and talk for their second project. So really, try to tailor your evaluation to the speaker's needs. Last but not least, recognize achievements. We're all here to work towards goals, and whether they are personal goals, like Rick was in a stand-up comedy, which is awesome, or whether it's a Toastmaster-related goal, recognize achievement. It's so easy to just come to someone and say, hey, congratulations, Ken. I saw what you did there, and it was awesome. As the Vice President of Education, John likes to present the award in front of everyone after the meeting. As the Vice President of Public Relations, I like to write a blog post about it, or ask Emily nicely to write a blog post about it. And I also like to put a photo of you with the award on Facebook or Twitter, just to show the world that someone has achieved something. We're so proud of them. Last but not least, foster camaraderies. Friendships are important. They're the glue to why we're all here. And the best way that I can recommend to do that is to be willing to open up and share a little bit of yourself with others. The way that I did that was I gave a speech about the Settlers of Catan, which is my favorite board game ever. My family and I can play it for hours at a time. And after I gave that speech, Ken Taylor approached me and said, I didn't know you play Catan, that's crazy, I've been playing for 15 years. And I really feel like Ken and I are friends now because of that. You know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I really
as long as I'm winning.
Right. I'll give you all the sheep you need.
Oh.
But I really feel like it got us closer. So you really need to be willing to open up, even if it's Settlers of Catan. You don't have to tell us about your personal life history, but just little things like that can really foster camaraderies and make friendships strong. Everything that I said today, I think we're doing it. We're doing it well. We're welcoming guests. We're recognizing achievements. We're keeping our club strong, and we're all friends. We laugh together all the time. For example, when it took me 5 hours to try to set up this laptop, Emily was right by my side, John was by my side. I really feel like I have all the support that I need in the world. And I'm sure that you guys feel that same way too when you come here. So let's keep our club thriving. Let's embrace the similarities that we all have. Let's respect the differences that we might have. And let's work as a team so that Speak Up can be the best club in the Triangle. Mr. Toastmaster.